Plaintiff Gracie sent defendant Malia rent money to, quote, take care of her for the month. 2 weeks later, Malia ended the relationship and the two broke up. The plaintiff was under the impression that because they were in a relationship, she would lend a helping hand. Now that they aren't in a relationship, Gracie wants all the money back. She thinks she was used for the money. Malia said she isn't giving the money back, ever. It's a battle of the exes on Judge Joe Show.
Wait, she didn't say all rise. Someone say all rise.
All rise.
Or Judge, say all rise for Judge Joe Show.
All rise for Judge Joe Show.
Thank you. People are easy. Watch your mouth. Watch your mouth. Don't be raising your voice at me right now. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us. Another edition of Judge Joe Show. If you missed it, last week was the largest money that we've ever had. Normally it's like $5, $10, $25, $100. And then we reached over $2,000. Someone was requesting $2,000 from someone else. And it looks like the pot has been raised. So let's talk with the plaintiff and defendant. Gracie, you are requesting from your ex-girlfriend more than $2,000, $2,500. Do I have that correct?
It's actually $2,450, but yeah, I mean, close enough.
All right. Well, let's pick up your ex as well, Malia. Malia, you are on with Gracie as well. Malia, you are refusing to pay that $2,450.
Absolutely.
So that is the amount of your rent. Do I have that correctly?
Yeah, that's right.
All right, correctly. This judge can't talk. This judge went to art school, if you can't tell. So, Gracie, Malia, this is unfortunate. You guys loved each other. Maybe you still have love for each other, but things didn't work out, and we don't have to get into that. But, Gracie, at some point, were you always paying her rent?
No, I wasn't always paying her rent, but for August, she needed help. And so obviously because I loved her, I was like, yeah, I'll help you out. And then she broke up with me 2 weeks later and just ghosted me, just stopped talking to me out of nowhere after I started asking for this money back, basically. And now she's refusing to pay me back. And so it's just like she just used me for my money. Like, what do you mean?
Malia, could you see where someone would say, hey, you kind of did? Do you feel like if you were in Gracie's shoes, you would feel the way Gracie feels right now?
Well, the way she's telling the story, yeah.
So you think that the story is a little bit different. What is your side of the story?
Listen, she paid for my month of rent for August. She paid for August 1st. But what Gracie is telling you is that she's been laid up in my apartment for months before this, eating up my food, watching all my Netflix. I mean, we've been of course, we were just going to spend time together. That was my partner. We were in it. But part of the reason that we agreed for her to pay the August rent was that it was time, and we've been arguing over money for months, and so
you were supplying. So in other words, she was living at your place. She was eating foods and stuff like that.
Nah. She wasn't living there. She got her own place or whatever. We did not cohabitate. We lived separately, but she was over at my place all the time.
Okay, majority your place rather than hers.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. 800-409-9393. The jury, you listening right now, watching, streaming, whatever you're doing right now, you are the jury. Remember that. 800-409-9393. As always, you could text in at 97720. We do Judge Joe Show a little bit different than other courts. Your attorney, well, they select you, and it starts with Ashley. So, Ashley, after hearing this, Gracie wanting this $2,450 she paid for Malia's rent, Malia broke up with her 2 weeks later. Gracie is pretty much saying, listen, you knew you dumped me 2 weeks later. You knew things were going to end. Why did you have me pay that? Now, Malia is coming back and saying she was at my place all the time. She's eating food. She's doing all this stuff. Gracie or Malia, Ashley? Who are you representing?
I'm going to have to represent Gracie.
All right, so you're representing the plaintiff. Now, Jed, you have won the last 2 court cases. This is, in a way, good for Malia. Gracie, we're going to start off with your lawyer first. Ashley, after hearing this, and then we're going to kick it to the jury for a quick decision.
Now, just because Gracie was, hanging out at Malia's, that does not mean she needs to pay for every little bill that you have. I think her sending you that money she was doing it out of the kindness of her heart, and you pretty much already knew that you were going to break up with her. So it kind of seems like you were just waiting for her to give you that rent money. I think the best thing you can do right now for your karma is to give it back.
Jed?
So in relationships, you give to one another. And at the time, you guys were in a relationship. Now, I don't know why you guys broke up. That's between the two of you, or maybe you want to bring that into this. But you give to give. And if things happen, then you've got to let bygones be bygones, and you just got to swallow your lumps and say, hey, I'm out $2,400, $2,450 this month.
Is it Marcella?
Yes, it's Marcella. I'm calling from Tampa.
Marcella, you're on with Gracie and Malia. Who is in the wrong? Gracie wants that money back. Should she get the money back?
I think that Gracie is correct because Malia, even though she may have spent time at your house, she spent time there to be with you, not because she needed a place to live. She paid for her own apartment. She didn't need a place to live, so if she helped you out, then you owe her back. If not the whole thing, at least half.
Samantha, juror Samantha's on. Go ahead.
I don't think she should pay it back because if it was given to her as a gift, it wasn't a loan. So if it wasn't a loan, if it was not in writing, nothing in text, nothing verbally, then no, she doesn't have to pay it back. It was a gift.
Malia.
It's just unfortunate that they broke up afterwards.
Malia,
Thank you.
Maybe you want to share why you guys broke up. Does anyone want to share, or are we not going to do that?
I feel like Grace is...
But she really wanted to break up with me, so let her tell the story.
Oh, my God. I didn't want to break up with you. That's the problem. It was money. We kept fighting over money. It was every little thing was nickel and diamond and back and forth. And that's not how... I don't know. That's not how I treat relationships. That's not how I do in relationships.
Yeah.
To me, it's a split.
Listener Kai, we unfortunately are dealing with 2 people that have fallen out of love. They've broken up. Gracie wants $2,450 because she paid for Malia's rent this month, and then Malia dumped her. Kai, go ahead.
So I don't think she owes her anything. She was fumbling over her words and then talking about Netflix, which is like, what, $17.99? If you're with somebody and you're letting them in your home, you're sharing a space with them. Why? She needs to pay her back money. No, she does need to pay her.
Yeah. Hey, Dawn, you disagree. You say Malia should keep the money.
Well, it just depends. If she doesn't have any mail sent to the address, then you're just somebody that's just visiting. So if there's not actually bills being billed to that address, she doesn't really actually live there. So she's just hanging out and she's crashing at her house, and the other one was crashing at the other one's house before. No, you don't owe anybody any money.
Red, you're calling someone a leech. Juror Red, and then we're going to come up with this decision. Juror Red, go ahead.
Hey, Joe, man, that girl's a leech, man.
Which one?
That girl, all the groceries. She owes her that money.
Thank you.
So let me get this right, Red, because I'm a little confused. So, Red, we have Gracie. Gracie wants money back because Gracie paid Malia's rent. Who is that leech? Is Gracie the leech? Is Malia the leech? Who do you find guilty? Who should be getting this money?
Well, I think Malia should keep that money, man. That's all I'm trying to say.
And why is that again?
Like I said, man, that girl was there for how many months, man? 4, 5, 6, rent-free. All the groceries, all the food, DoorDash, you name it, man. I know how those dates go, man.
between you and me, no one else is here. Red, you and I are talking outside of the court. Just we're hanging out. Maybe I don't smoke, but now we're smoking cigarettes. Red, do you think there's something to Malia's whole breaking up, the timing of that breakup? I mean, right after the rent is paid?
Hey, Joe, man, we're here to talk about that money, man. That breakup's between them, Joe.
Thank you. And you know what? Red has now officially been... Red, do you think you could call in with every Judge Joe show?
Yes, sir, I can.
Red, congratulations. You now have the title of my bailiff. I don't have a bailiff, and I needed one, and now Red is... Hey, Terry, I'm going to put Red on hold. If you could get some information from him so that we can get him on every Judge Joe show from now on. Ladies, we are going to go to deliberation now. A lot of people are voting. We will come to our decision. I didn't even remotely agree with the decision that was made. I thought that it was the wrong decision, and I was a little bit disappointed in everyone that voted at that time. But I'm just the judge. Am I the messenger? I kind of feel like it, right? So don't shoot the messenger if you do not like this ruling. However, I think that this is the correct ruling. $2,450 is a lot of money. I would, my girlfriend and I live with each other, but I would, if she was having issues, I would pay for her rent 1,000%. If she broke up with me at any point during that month, I would feel the same way as Gracie. This is not my decision. This is everyone else's. The jury has found Gracie to be the winner, and they are calling for Malia to return the $2,450. Ladies and gentlemen, that is the ruling. That is the ruling. That is the ruling.
Let's go.
Can I say something, Judge? Malia had to be one of the
He didn't say
worst.
yes.
Oh, sorry. May I say something, Judge? Just real quick.
Do I want you to say something?
I'm not arguing in the fact that I didn't win.
I'm still thinking if I want you to say something. Do I want you to say something? Yeah, go ahead.
My client's a dumbass.
Headed into work but don't want to stop
hold
listening?
on, what?
Download the iHeartRadio
My
app
client
and listen
was
to
a
The
total
Joe Show at your
dumbass.
desk. 93.3 FLZ.
Listen back to Judge Joe show from today. She said that the reason why they broke up was because of financials. She set herself up for failure in that one.
Okay.
I don't know if you guys ever want Jed to represent you.
Yeah.
Well, she
you
should have
got Terry to talk.
just pled the fifth. Would have made a better case.